Hello and welcome to Tree Town. I'm your host, Ryan McCooch, and I'm joined today by Tatiana Mason, a member of the women's side. Tatiana, thank you for coming out. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And as I was saying before the podcast, this is the first time we have had someone younger than me, the host, on the podcast. So this is a big deal, big monument for us. So first and foremost, though, I did want to jump straight into talking about AFC Ann Arbor with you.
Okay.
First and foremost, preseason has in the past now officially that the season has begun. First and foremost, how have the first couple of games of the season gone for you?
I think they've been great. The first game, it was an experience for sure. There's a lot more people coming to the games than I'm used to, so I was a little nervous. But by the second game, I think I was able to jump right in and just play.
Now, the second game was the first home match and the first victory for the women's side. Take me through some of the emotions that went through you during the game.
I don't know. It was a great atmosphere. There was a lot of people there. There was a lot of little girls from the Tigers Club there. That was very cool, having the community come out and support us. I think that we just connected really well during the game, and especially defensively, we're a lot more organized than the first game. Over the past week, we've been working more on like defensive shape, just like team shape, defending as a team. So I thought that was really good. And yeah, I think that we connected really well. I mean, Rachel obviously had 3 goals, which was amazing, and I'm so happy for her. And yeah, I think it was a good team win.
Now, first and foremost, how did you get involved with AFC Ann Arbor? Were you familiar with the club beforehand?
So Eric Rudlin was my club coach when I was younger.
Okay.
And I babysit for him actually. So so I have a good connection with him. But I was texting him during the school year, and I was like, hey, I need somewhere competitive to train during the summer so I can keep my skill level high. And he mentioned AFC Ann Arbor because this is the inaugural season for the women's, and I was like, sounds like a great opportunity. So that's how I got started.
That's really funny, though, that you babysit for the Redlands. So
yeah.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you get involved through that, and then preseason starts. And how long have you been training with the team so far for this season? Have you been with the side since the start of preseason?
Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks, 2.5 maybe, something like that, yeah.
Now, with this being the inaugural season and players coming in over time, is it hard to embed new players into the team, or has it gotten easier as the season goes on, do you think?
I mean, it's always a little more difficult to play with players that you don't know, but I think this group of girls, it's really great. There's a lot of positive attitudes. Everyone's very friendly, so I think it's been an easy transition for people coming in, and yeah.
Now, focusing on you a little bit more personally, you are from Ann Arbor.
Yep.
What does Ann Arbor now having a women's side in the United Women's Soccer League mean to you?
I think it's just super exciting. I mean, I went to high school in Ann Arbor. I played for Ann Arbor Skyline, so it's just great being able to play for the city that I'm from and having the community back us. And I don't know, I think it's a great experience.
Now, you play your college ball at Ball State, correct? Take me through what it's like to jump from the college season into the summer season.
So the spring season obviously is our off season. We still have a couple of games, but it's more focusing on our fitness and weightlifting, stuff like that. So it was a little more low key. And then we had about like 2 weeks off before I came home to start with AFC Ann Arbor. So I was just running on my own and stuff. But it was definitely kind of a surprise getting into the games and the practices, because I had been running on my own, but it's not like game fitness, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a little bit of a rude awakening, but yeah, I think it's been fun, and I think it's a great experience being able to play with them, so yeah.
How has playing collegiately helped you prepare for this at all?
I think just the pace of the game. College soccer is super fast, super physical, and obviously the girls who play in this league, who I'm playing with and against, are college players, and they're either from either the conference I'm in or other conferences, divisions, but either way, they're all college players, and so I don't know, I think it's just like the same thing, kind of. College soccer is physical, it's fast, so is this league. Yeah, it's a good, I can't think of the word.
it's like a good like mix of the two.
Yes.
Okay, so Ball State, talking about that, it's located in Muncie, Indiana. Did you have any what was your reasoning behind going there, I should ask?
So it's kind of funny. I actually didn't even know Ball State was a school before I got recruited.
Really?
And many people don't know about Ball State either. But one of my club coaches at Rush was the assistant coach there. So he kind of introduced me to the school. And when I went on my visit, met the team, I really fell in love with the school, with the team. So, yeah.
Now, going from being a high school athlete at high school, which is big like Skyline, but then jumping into collegiate athletics, is that a big difference for you? Or was it when you started, I should say?
Yeah, so I think for women's soccer, high school soccer is not as competitive. So I got found playing club. Like club is where you want to be playing if you want to play college soccer. Obviously, high school is fun and I enjoyed it. But
Right.
So I think my club team really prepared me better. But it was a big transition, especially because, you're playing against women now who have been like hitting the weight room for like 5 more years than you, and
Yeah.
and they've been playing for more years than you, so it's kind of you got to get used to it for sure.
Was there an adjustment for you from going from home to college?
Yeah, so I'm definitely a homebody. I love my family, so it was an adjustment. I mean, playing college soccer was good because preseason starts right away and you're with your team nonstop, so you don't really have much time to think about family. You don't have much time to get homesick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely difficult. I would call my mom every night, stuff like that. But
Now, bouncing back to Ann Arbor, was that coming home for the summers? Is that something you'd always been planning on after the collegiate season, or was it a happy accident?
No, I definitely plan on coming home for the summer. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of playing at Concordia, have you been familiar with that area before, or
like the university?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've done like volunteer stuff at Concordia and I've been around the area, so I guess so, yeah.
Okay, very cool. So, as an Ann Arbor native, though, as well, do you know if there's any other girls from Ann Arbor on the team?
Yeah, I think there's quite a few actually.
Have you been familiar with them from like previous high school? Okay.
Yeah, playing against them in high school or with clubs, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as we talked about a little bit, it's harder to play with people who you may not know. But is it by default, is it easier then to maybe play with people that you are more familiar with?
Yeah. I think it's interesting that a lot of the girls on the team I played with when I was like very young. And we kind of kept in touch because soccer is a small world, but then being able to play with them now is pretty cool. So I know the majority of the girls on the team, so it wasn't that bad of a transition.
Okay. Now that we've talked about soccer stuff, I want to get into like Tatiana the person as well.
Okay.
So when you are not playing soccer, especially over the summer and between college, what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I guess working out has to do with soccer, so I can't really say that one. I like to draw and read, so I like that kind of stuff. I'm a nanny during the summer, so that takes up a lot of my time.
Okay.
And just spending time with family and friends, I guess.
Now, being from Ann Arbor, do you have any favorite parts about the city?
I mean, I really love downtown. You can't
You
really go wrong with that. There's just so many little shops and restaurants that I love. There's this place by my house. It's called Dolph Park.
Okay.
And they've got some like nature trails and a little pond there, and I go there sometimes. I love to hike and stuff like that too, so that's really nice. The Arb, I love the Arb. Yep. Yep. So yeah, exactly.
Now, how long have you been playing soccer? You mentioned you've been playing since you were younger. Has this been something all your life that you've been playing?
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was younger, so my older brother played, and I kind of idolized him, so of course I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I did take a break. I think it was only a year, maybe a year and a half, because I wanted to pursue gymnastics a little more competitively, but I ended up coming back to soccer because I guess that's what my heart's set on.
Did you play multiple sports as well as a child?
Yeah. So I was a big gymnast when I was younger, and then when I hit middle school and high school, I started like playing basketball competitively, track, cross country.
Okay,
that kind
so
of
many
stuff.
sports.
Yeah.
Very athletic. And in terms of those you mentioned, was there a driving force behind wanting to pursue soccer more competitively?
I mean, after I came back from gymnastics back to soccer, I don't know. I just love the game. I love watching the game. So I guess, and when I hit like middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, I was like, you know what? I want to play in college. Like this is a real dream of mine. Okay. So I think that's just always been something I've wanted to do.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in terms of this wanting to be your goal and that sort of thing, have you played at like the club level over summers before this season, or is this your first season at this sort of level? Oh,
you mean at like the semi-pro level?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, this is the first team I've been a part of at this level. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That is, yeah. Take me through some of that excitement. Like, did you get nervous before preseason? Do you get nervous at all?
Yeah, no, I do get. It's usually beforehand, so I'll be nervous driving to practice or to the game. Exactly. But as soon as I step on the field, it kind of disappears because it's soccer.
Right.
But, yeah, no, I was just super excited because I knew it would be a good group of girls. And Coach Rudlin had talked to me and said there are going to be some good girls playing. And, yeah, I really like the coaches. I really like the players. So it's been a great experience so far.
Were you familiar with the women's side coaches as well beforehand, or just Eric Rudlin?
Just Eric Rudlin.
Okay. Because I knew some of the girls. I think some have coached with him and whatnot. So, okay, that's good to know, though. That's funny, though, that you mentioned, like, getting nervous before going to practice. Because, like, whenever I played, I obviously don't play at this high level, but, like, basketball, I'd get nervous, like, driving to practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why am I getting nervous?
Because I'm overthinking, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Now, ahead of practices and games, do you have, like, a specific pregame ritual? Are you superstitious at all? Does it vary whether you're home or at college?
No. Well, okay. I guess I have one thing. It's just like my game day hairstyle.
Your game day hair.
I have a special scrunchie I wear. It's bright red, and I played with it all of my college season, and I did pretty well. So I was like, I guess it's my good luck charm. So I've been wearing that for the games too. Yeah.
Now, but nothing like in specific, like no pregame meal or like. Do you try and like, I know some people like try and get to bed early before games.
Yeah. I mean, I love my sleep. So I definitely try to get like 10 hours of sleep before game day or something like that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now in terms of your sort of playing background at Skyline, it's very high level, obviously, huge high school. I mean, we played there last season. That was my first time going there. And even though I have friends that went there, it's a whole different beast when you see like, oh wow, this looks like a mini college campus.
Yeah.
You know? And then Ball State, obviously high level in the MAC. What are some of the things that you've been able to take away from those experiences?
I think especially playing in the MAC, because all the teams are pretty competitive. It's important to know that each game you have to bring, obviously, your A game. So even if maybe you will be playing like the lowest team in the league, they're at the bottom of the standings, maybe they haven't won a lot of games, but each game is going to be tough and you're going to need to play hard. And I think that transitions to this too, because each of the teams in our league right now, they're very competitive. So even if I'm having a bad day, I need to make sure I'm at the top of my game. I'm doing what I need to do to prepare to be good, and just playing hard.
What do you think about on the field? Do you stay hyper focused, or do you because when I would play, speaking from my own experience at the high school level of basketball, obviously nothing like a highly competitive collegiate athlete, but my mind would wander. Like sometimes I just wouldn't be able to focus. Maybe that's why I wasn't all that good at basketball.
No, but, I definitely can relate to that.
Yeah. Do you how do you stay focused on the pitch?
So I try to have little reminders. Like sometimes I always make goals before the game. So I have 3 goals I make for this particular game or practice or whatever. And so I write a 3 on my hand because I'm always looking. So I can always look down, see a reminder. But yeah, no, I definitely am. There's tons of things going through my mind during the game. And because I play on the wing. So sometimes it's like the ball will always be on the left side or the right side. So I'm not getting much action. So my mind wanders and I have to catch myself and say, hey, all right, we're in a game. We got to focus. Let's go.
Yeah, that'd be me. I'd be thinking on the court. I'm like, I just want some water. And I'm like, wait, the ball's coming here. I got to go.
That's funny.
That does tie into what I did want to ask you about goals as well. Ahead of this inaugural season, I know some people have set goals. Some have wanted to follow in the men's side with this continued success. Did you have your own personal goals for the season?
Yeah, I think just improving my speed of play and, I don't know, just playing with a competitive, even coming into the team, I wasn't sure if I'd make the travel roster or anything like that. So I think just having a competitive environment was what I wanted most. I just want to make sure that when I do head back for my sophomore year at Ball State, I am at the top of my game. So some like specific goals, I guess, I wanted to be more confident going to goal, finishing. And I wanted to increase my ability 1v1.
Okay.
But yeah, stuff like that.
Very cool. Yeah, it's always important to set those sort of playing goals. Have you had any favorite parts about the experience so far? And I know it's early on in this season, but if there's been anything you've been able to glean away so far?
I just really love the fact that the community supports us so much. I mean, from the social media standpoint to like even the podcast, like this is great. Like it gets people involved, like it shows the community what we're doing. Like I think that's really fantastic. And then the club just treats us so well. Like we're always getting gear, like free dinner, stuff like that. I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, we are looking forward to watching more of you and the entire women's side in action. Next Friday, you'll be back home against Lansing at 6 p.m. Have you thought about that game in anticipation for the season or within practice at all? Or are you still? But I guess the better question would be, take me through like a sort of standard week in practice that leads up to the game. Do you focus on the opponent at all, or?
I don't know if we so much focus on the opponent, but it's more like, so last week, the first week it was more about getting to know each other and getting to see how everyone played. The second week, obviously, we got into more tactical stuff, so like our defensive style, how we're going to defend as a team, like what we're going to do attacking-wise. This week, I assume we'll do more of that stuff. I'm not really sure, actually. But I think just getting ready for the game is just about playing together and, getting comfortable with one another.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
I'll be seeing plenty of the women's side, of course, but thank you again for coming out to talk with us.
Yeah, thank you.
We are back here on Welcome to Treetown, and I'm with Alexis, player for the men's side this season. Alex, thank you for coming out and coming on the podcast.
No problem. Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So first and foremost, I want to jump straight into talking about AFC. We are now 3 league games, a U.S. Open Cup game in. What have been some of your takeaways from the season so far?
To be honest, one of the takeaways from the season right now is the first game of the season when we won 2-1. It wasn't an easy game. It was our first game we trying to get together. And so far we came with a win 2-1. So which is Jordan. Jordan he played a really good game that game, and I was there. It was my first game, and I was excited to play. And we had the winning game, so I think it's a good thing. It was one of my best experience to play around those guys. It just something's really good, yeah.
And then you also had the first ever U.S. Open Cup goal for the club's history.
Yeah.
Even though the result may not have gone as we had hoped, what was scoring that goal like?
I know it's not the result we were looking for, and we lost 2-1, and it was a great day. I mean, a great night for me. To score that goal for the team was one of my first goal, it means a lot to the team too. I think the fans that were waiting on that, my coach Eric, he was waiting on that too, and I think it's something that I will always remember. That goal against Lansing, and that's one of them.
I think the fans will remember that for a long time, too. You're now the official answer to a trivia question for AFC Ann Arbor. Who scored the first U.S. Open Cup goal? Your name.
I'm pretty excited when I saw that on Twitter, and then I was like, yeah, that's something I will always even talk about my family about it. And it's scoring against the pro team, U.S. Open Cup, first goal of the for AFC. And U.S. Open Cup, it's really something that I was dreaming about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then a good result on the weekend as well, 3-1 in Columbus. Always tough to go on the road and win.
Yeah.
What were some of your positives that you took from that game?
From that game, one of the positive stuff I took from it is from Coach when he was like, we need to start really strong. and we started really strong the first 15 minutes, and we scored 2 goals, I think.
Yeah.
It's something that we need to keep continuing, like to keep doing each game, which is so we can keep the same chemistry, which is right now that's when everybody start getting together, and I think right now we on a good spot with that points taken away. When I said taken away, go to Columbus and get that 3 points is something that we were looking for, so we can be ready for the next game.
Speaking of the next game, another Friday night game. You're heading off to Detroit City. Big game, 2 in-state rivals. What are you looking forward to about that game? Anything in particular?
Right now, I'm looking forward. First day at practice today. Everybody was ready for practice, so because then we know we're gonna have a big game on Friday. Especially me, and I'm trying to work really hard to help my teammates and help the team a little bit where they will need me to. I'm really excited for that game. I know it's gonna be a tough game. It's one of the every year I heard people talking about it, and they said it's gonna be a tough game, which is that's the game I was waiting for, and I'm so pumped for it.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna have a good game, which is we're gonna get that win and come back home. Yeah.
Love the confidence. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, talking about this season as a whole, you came in this was your first season with AFC.
Yeah.
Spent a bit of time with preseason, and now jumping back in. Now that this whole full squad is near set, has it been easier to make those connections on the field with the team?
Yes, I can say that right now. Right now, yes, we have the chemistry, and we're still working on it. But the first 3 weeks, we were still working on it, trying to get players in from college, and everybody's back now. I can tell every day at practice is just like a battle. Everybody is working hard so we can have the good chemistry and to be together as a team, because it's not easy.
Right.
It's not easy to get chemistry, like players from all over around the world or maybe another state. So we're trying to get used to each other. But I think right now, yes, we have the chemistry, and even though those type of players that come from other states, they still have a chance to get in the team too, which is that's what we're looking for. And I think everybody have a chance to do well this season.
Take me through some of that team building, per se, because we were talking a little bit before the podcast.
Yeah.
You really like this group of guys.
Yeah.
What's it been like being able to spend time with such a quality team?
First day I got here, I knew it was going to be something like that. I knew it was going to be a team that we're going to be together as a family. And we also have players that have experience in the team. When you take Frenchie and Vani, I always follow those guys because I'm young. So coming up and watching those guys, they've been here for 2 years. It's something that I'm looking for because they help me too, which is I'm still in college. And I think being here playing for AFC is something that I was looking for so I can become a better player and learn from the big guys because they've been here for a long time. And I think we're a family here. Even everybody, my coach, it's like everybody's together. I like it here. It's my first time in Michigan. I'm really excited to be here and maybe come back here next year. So you never know.
We love it. We're so glad that you're already happy here in Michigan. You come from Florida, which is there's been it is spring, but there's been a bit of a weather adjustment for you. Has it been harsh for you, or has it been easy to kind of slide into action?
I mean, the first 2 weeks was kind of hard for me because coming from Florida, the weather was different from here. It was really cold here, and then got here, I know it was gonna be cold. But I've been to Connecticut for a year because I went to a boarding school.
Okay.
I know what kind of weather I was gonna come in through, and I know the first 2 was gonna be hard. But right now, the weather's kind of chill, so I really like it. So I like the cold too. Not too cold, but I like it. I like playing the cold because I like running, and I think I don't really get tired when it's like that. But the game I played against Lansing was one of the hardest game for me. When I say hardest game, it was the coldest game I ever played in.
Yeah.
But after that, everything's been really good so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was funny that you mentioned that to me in the car when we were driving over here.
Yeah.
And, that was a cold day.
Yeah, it was really cold, really windy, and I didn't know what to say because I couldn't like pull up my socks because my finger was kind of cold and really like hard to move.
Yeah.
So it was one of the coldest days to me that night because the game played at 9 o'clock something. And
yeah. That was a late.
Yeah, it was really late. It was really late, and to try and get back home, and it was a hard day for us. But we get it. We get through it. So.
Looping back to talking about you hanging out with the guys, how many of the guys do you live with right now?
Right now we 7 in the apartment. We like brothers. Everything we do it together.
I was gonna say, what are some of your guys' favorite things to do other than like training and whatnot?
At training or off like?
Just in general, like in
general.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, we like to go out. When I say like go out, walk around campus. It's right next to us, so we just walk through and see things. We go to there's a noodles place around. We just go and eat and have fun. Some of the guys, they just go to the theater, cinema, just watch movie together. We just have fun together. We even cook together, eat. We do everything together. So
are you one of the cooks in the house?
I mean, I'm not too bad, because my mom taught me when I was younger, when I was back home in Haiti. So I'm not that bad. So.
Do you have a go-to dish when you're cooking?
I think the easy ones for me is rice, beans, which is black beans for me, and chicken. That's the easy thing I can cook. So
keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. So that's the only thing I know for now.
And then the cinema too. Are you a big movie guy?
Yeah, I like watching shows. Cinema. I don't really like to go unless I have friends around.
Yeah.
A lot of friends will go together, but to me, when I'm home by myself, I just like go on my laptop, just watching shows, and I can spend a whole day watching shows.
Yeah.
So it's really something that I love doing. Even go on YouTube, watch Neymar, because I love watching videos like that. Yeah.
That's a perfect segue because I want to talk about your growing up and how have you been influenced by soccer. So take me through, have you been playing soccer all your life?
Yes, I've been playing soccer since I was 5, since I was in Haiti. So that's where I was born. I left Haiti when I was 14, but all my youth soccer, I spent it in Haiti when I was 5 to 12 or 13. Yeah, 13. Because I went to the national camp, Haiti, Haitian National Team, to the camp. I was there for a year, go to school. There, it's just different than here. It's a lot of hard work. It's a small country. You're gonna have to put more work to be a better player. Because everything you're doing back home, I mean, those small countries, you just gotta put a lot of work in so you can be one of the best players. I think back home, playing there is just something I've learned a lot. Because I was there playing for my little club team and for the town. And then I remember stopped playing soccer. My dad didn't really like soccer for me because because he's a judge and he has his own school. He's like someone that helping people to go to school, register people to go to school. But all he wants me to do when I was younger, I remember he said, you need to keep going to school because I want you to get your education. That's the first thing. Even here too. Yeah. Even here, but I didn't say he didn't like soccer for me, but he didn't want me to get hurt.
Right.
Everything he wants me to do is just go to school because sometimes he saw me playing with my friends and he got mad and So after that, playing for my getting called for the national team, U15. That's when my dad was there for me and doing everything. But my mom was the only one. Mom, they're always there for you, trying to protect you, trying to push you to do things. Dad sometimes kind of like, go hard. But after that, my dad was really happy for me because I was doing really well in school too and played for the national team, which is on the camp team, in the camp. I think it was something that I will never forget about, because it wasn't easy. Back
Yeah.
home, it wasn't easy, but make it out of here to Florida and live with my family, my grandma. It's been a good journey for me. It's been hard, and it's something soccer helped me through a lot of things. So to be here, it's not easy, and I don't take it for granted. So soccer helped me to become who I am right now. And even though school, I'm not lying to you, school wasn't something that I was really focused on.
Yeah.
But since I got here, because I went to high school here in Florida, go around the state, go to Connecticut to a boarding school and learn more. My English wasn't good, and I start working on everything,
Yeah.
even my English, everything, and trying to get better every day, each day, soccer. And then I think it, it's not impossible to do something if you work hard and to try and make it in life. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's very inspiring.
Yeah.
When you moved over from Haiti over here to the States, what was the biggest difficulty for you?
I think the biggest difficulty for me was the language.
Language?
Yeah, because I remember I came here, I couldn't speak English. It was kind of hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I went to Arizona to play in the academy, Will Salt Lake Academy in Arizona. I was there. I made the team,
Yeah.
but there was some kind of difficulty. Money-wise, to stay there for a year was really expensive for my family, so I couldn't stay there. I had to go back to Florida and live with my grandma, my cousin, my auntie.
Yeah.
So even the coach, when I went to the camp, he was like, if you want to stay there, you need to go to school, and you don't speak English, so you're gonna have to maybe go back to Miami and stay there for a while, maybe for 1 or 2 years, and we're gonna call you back. And since that day, I never heard of them, but it was one of the hardest things for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I was right next to my family. I wasn't really like kind of sad, but I was kind of sad not seeing my dad for a while before he came see me, and my mom.
Yeah.
And my brother's here too, so I'm really happy right now. And even though right now I'm around the state, I'm in Michigan right now, so I think
Yeah.
it's something. It's the only place I was hoping to come to visit, but I have the opportunity to play for a team in that state. So I think it's something that is really good. So
Absolutely. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Because your English is very good right now. How did you end up learning it?
um, end up learning English is because I speak French Creole.
Uh-huh.
To think in English is kind of hard,
Oh,
but
okay.
talking to my friend, my teammates is the one that kind of helped me too, because
Yeah.
we always together and speak English. And I used to play for a travel team in Florida, and when we go out, we do things together, and then I learn from my friends. And sometimes I don't know if everybody does that. I know you don't do, because maybe you only speak English. Only I usually close my door in my room. Just stay in my room by myself, close the door, just trying to record myself and trying to speak and to see how I
Okay.
sounds and look at the book. And like it just a bunch of stuff. But I go to high school. I think it's something that helped me too
Yeah.
to learn
Being
and
around
then
the
being
language.
around the language and go to college and then transfer university. I think something that helps me a lot. And I have people that I care about a lot too, always there for me and taught me things. Even the culture here,
Mhm.
and they're always there for me to.
That's incredible
Yeah.
because I had to take Spanish for my last 3 semesters
Yeah,
in
yeah.
college, and
Was it easy?
I'm miserable at
Yeah.
Spanish. I'm so bad. So for you to be able, to fluently pick up English at
Yeah.
what age did you say, about 15 or so?
About around 15, yeah, I
Yeah,
came here.
That's
Yeah.
incredible
Yeah,
to me. So props to you for being able to do
Yeah,
that.
thanks,
That's
yeah.
far better than I've done at
I
any level
mean,
of Spanish.
I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to get better in everything here. Still learning. So, we'll see.
Now, talking a little bit about your college background and being in Florida, you attend Florida Atlantic University. How did you end up at FAU?
First, I went to a boarding school. Like I told you, I went to Connecticut for a year. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to be a senior right now, but I had
Okay.
to go to boarding school as a post grad. I had to take 1 year off, but just as a post grad, just
Yeah.
go to school.
Okay.
Um, I signed. I was supposed to sign when I signed, but ACT, those type of tests, you need to bigger scores for those, like some type of schools going to.
Right.
But I had to transfer to a junior college.
Okay.
For 2 years, and I went to Eastern Florida College, which is out in Florida and like right next to Orlando. So I was there for 2 years. It was something that fun. That's where I made a lot of friends. To start there, it wasn't easy because as a freshman, I think things was gonna be easy. I got. It's not because I went to trouble. It's just I wasn't focused enough.
Yeah.
I wasn't focused enough.
Like an adjustment.
Yeah. So, and after that, after my sophomore year, getting better as a student, as a player, and getting more mature, my coach talked to me too. Everybody talked to me, and I had people that care about me too. Like I told you, they helped me, and I had to do the right thing. And my family talked to me because I know what I came here for, and I did really well in school in soccer, and then I had to transfer to FEU. But I was supposed to go to USF, but it was some difficulties and all the stuff's going on. So I had to go to FEU for 2 years and end up there. It's pretty great for me being there. My coach, he's a good coach, Joey, and he loves his players and always there for them. I think being there, play for them is something that helps me too as a player, learning, not even on the field but off the field too.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's a good coach. Has like family, like I said, family communities.
Absolutely.
He loves that, and then I'm really happy to be around them and to play for FEU. And I have one more semester I'm looking for. So I think playing for AFC right now, it's something that helped me become a better player and stronger, so I can go back there and help them. And the weather's back there is really
the weather's always a plus.
Yeah, it's something that everybody wanna. It's hot, but you wanna go there and enjoy it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the place of Boca Raton is. If you have time, you can go there and visit it. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
So. I'll swing by.
Yeah, no
Alex,
problem.
I'm coming down to
No
Boca
problem.
Raton.
Just call me and let me know.
Perfect. All right. Talk to me a little bit about how you ended up here in Ann Arbor. Were you familiar with the club beforehand, or Eric beforehand?
No, I didn't know anything about the club and about the coach. It was something that from my old coach from Connecticut, and he told me if I'm doing well in school in my classes, and he's gonna help me one day. And my coach Joey, and talked to Eric too, but my coach from Connecticut know Joey, and then they started talking about me because I was like, Coach, I want to play somewhere that I want to become a better player, because I'm still young, and I want to be playing around players that have experience already. And then he was like, I know you can do it, just do the right thing, and then I'll help you. And then he had to contact Coach Eric, and Coach Eric called me, and then we started talking and getting to know each other. And sent, I think after like 2 days, and then he says, okay, if you want to come, let me know. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And then I was excited to come here. First day, it was pretty good. First game, and I scored. It was something I was looking forward to show Coach Eric. I can do it too. Because before I came here, I was like, I'm young and I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better each day. So.
Do you have a favorite part about Ann Arbor as a whole yet?
You mean like if we go like around campus or do things around the town?
Sure, or just in general.
Because I don't really.
It's the guys or not.
I mean, best thing is just being around the guys, just laughing, just making fun of each other. Sometimes it's just that's something's always happen at the apartment. Yeah. At the apartment, and we go out and do stuff. Something that, it's one of the best things for now. But I wanna explore more and do things and see how things going on around here, because I know in spring and in summer it's really good here. It's really great.
It'll be a bit warmer too.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Who's the biggest joker in your guys' apartment?
Yeah, I think Nevelo. Nevelo is you never stop talking. When you say stop talking, that's when you will keep going. He's the funnest guy I ever seen. Yeah, Nevelo is the funniest guy, and we have a couple guys in the apartment too. We just been together all day and talking, making fun of each other like Nevelo. And he's one of the funnest guy in the team, and yeah. And me and Jordan, we always like going at it because we're kind of close to it, and he's funny too. So. Yeah, it's everybody on the team. We've always been together. That's why I said family. So
a good spirit around the team.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a good spirit. Yeah.
Last question for you. Looking at the season to come, do you have any one thing that you're most excited about?
The most things I'm excited right now is just to. I would just say to beat Detroit City on Friday. That's the first thing I'm waiting on.
One game at a time.
Yeah, one game at a time. So that's the most excited thing I'm working on to beat them and then help my teammates and win the conference. That's the only thing that's the focus right now. Win the conference by each game, which is to put together and then to win each game at a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
good. We said, one game at a time. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you for coming on to the podcast. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
And until next time, I'm Ryan McCooch. You can follow us on Twitter at AFCN Arbor and stay tuned to afcnarbor.com for all the latest team updates. Until next time, take care.
Yeah.